All right, everybody, so we're going to start chapter 6 now. We are going to be talking about making tables. So chapter 6 is a lot about data collection and what you do with that data, sort of statistics type things. And the first step to that is when you get data, especially if it's data that's written in paragraph form, it can be really hard to understand what it is you're reading. So when we organize our data, we're going to organize it in such a ways where you can get a good idea of patterns and outcomes without having to read a paragraph. So this section is going to be on making tables. So here would be an example. This is kind of long and wordy, and it's hard to get a good idea of what's going on. I'm going to read it to you, and there's going to be so many numbers coming out that it's really hard to tell what really is happening. So we're going to organize this information into data tables to help us be able to see what's really going on with our data. So on October 24th, 1998, Hurricane Mitch's wind speed was 90 miles per hour. On October 26th, its wind speed was 130 miles per hour. On October 27th, its wind speed was 150 miles per hour. On October 31st, its wind speed was 40 miles per hour. And on November 1st, its wind speed was 30 miles per hour. We're going to make a table, and then we'll use it to describe how the hurricane strength has changed over time. So there's two different types of data really that I'm seeing here. We've got dates like this one, and we've got wind speeds like that. So what we really need is we need a table with either two rows, if we wanted to do it in rows, or a table with two columns. I'm going to choose a table that has two columns. So when you make your table, it's going to be important that you identify what's in the column. You can't just have random numbers. It has to be identified. So here on this column, I'm going to write my dates. And in my second column, I'm going to write my wind speeds. So not only does that help my reader be able to see what exactly we are registering in our data, but it also is going to help us make sure we get the correct data in the boxes. All right, so we're going to start with our first one, October 24th. So I'm going to write it as 10/24/98. And the wind speed then was 90 miles per hour. On October 26th, our wind speed was 130. So I'm going to say 10/26/98. And this would be 130. On October 27, we jumped up to 150 miles per hour. So that's going to be on 10/27. We were at 150. On October 31st, we're down to 40 miles per hour. Still a pretty windy Halloween there. And then on November 1st, it's at 30 miles per hour. So that's on 11/1/98. And it was 30 miles per hour. So we can make a table. If we had more data, we could put more rows into our columns in order to make room. So we've made the table, so that's our first instruction. And then our second instruction is to use it to describe how the hurricane strength changed over time. So the wind speeds increased until October 27th, and then it began to decrease. Let's try another one. At 10 a.m., the temperature was 62 degrees Fahrenheit. At noon, it was 65 degrees Fahrenheit. At 2 p.m., it was 68 degrees Fahrenheit. At 4 p.m., it was 90 degrees Fahrenheit. At 6 p.m., it was 66 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to make a table and use the table to find the pattern in the data and draw a conclusion. So we've got two different types of data here. We've got time and we've got temperature. So once again, we're going to need a table with either two rows if we wanted to do it horizontally or two columns if we want to do it vertically. We'll do another vertical one. Remember, we've got to label our columns. So this is going to be the time, and this will be the temperature. So we've got 10 a.m., and our temperature is 62 degrees Fahrenheit. At noon, which is 12 p.m., we're at 65 degrees Fahrenheit. At 2 p.m., we're at 68 degrees Fahrenheit. At 4 p.m., we're at 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And then at 6 p.m., it's 66 degrees Fahrenheit. So there's our table. One pattern that I see is that the temperature rose gradually until it reached a high of 70 at 4 p.m. and then it began to get cooler. So a conclusion would be that the high was 70 degrees and that occurred at 4 p.m. So today you'll have a worksheet where they give you the data and they'll give you a table for you to fill in and draw some conclusions. But tomorrow you're going to have a worksheet where you're going to need to gather some data and then decide the best way to display that. So I wanted to give you an example of what that looks like so that you'll be prepared for tomorrow. So I'm going to say that I would like to survey my class and find out what everyone's favorite color is. So sometimes in a survey, you might give them colors and say, I want you to pick which of these is your favorite, or you could leave it open-ended. I find that sometimes, depending on the size of your survey, that people come up with some strange answers. So I'm going to survey my class, let's say of 14, and I want to know what their favorite color is. So I'm gonna write down their names. So let's say we have Lily. Lily's favorite color is purple. And we have Cece, and her favorite color is purple. And then we have Ani, and her favorite color is blue. Then we have Goldie, and her favorite color is gold. Then we have Andrew. His favorite color is red. All right, and we have Emma, and her favorite color is pink. And then let's say we have Allie, and her favorite color is purple also. Then we have Sam. Sam's favorite color is red. Let's say we have Ben. Ben's favorite color is blue. And we can say we have Jack, and Jack's favorite color is green. And then we've got Abby. Abby's favorite color is pink. Let's do one more. Let's say we have Amy. And Amy's favorite color is orange. So here's our data. We've really got two different kinds of data, but I've kind of already listed it in a table, so I don't really want to do the names in there. I want to make it a little more broad than that. So I'm going to make a table, and I'm going to say on this side is the colors. So I'll know how many rows I need by how many colors I have. And then on my second column, I'm going to call that like the number of people. And rather than do their names, I'll just count them. So let's start with purple. So how many people have purple as their favorite? Well, I've got 1, 2, 3. So I would say 3. And then the next one I have on my list, just to go down my list, it makes it easy, is I'll do blue. How many people like blue? We've got 1, 2. And then the next up I have gold. How many people like gold? We've got 1. Then next I have red. How many people like red? We've got 1, 2. Next I have pink. And that's 1, 2 people. And then I've got green. And that's 1 person. And then I'll add 1 more row down here. And that's orange. And we've got 1 person. So that takes care of everybody. And now, because it's not really important who likes which color, really, is we can see that purple is the favorite color. So when you do yours tomorrow, you get to pick which topic you're going to survey on, what questions you want to ask. You will ask everyone in the class. And don't worry, I have a list of students to make sure that you get everybody. And you're just going to pick what you're going to survey them about. It can be about how many people like cats versus dogs better, or how many bottles of water they drink in a day, or it could be what their bedtime is, or what time they wake up, or what sports they like best, anything like that. So just have fun with it and make me some really pretty tables. Thanks, guys. Bye.